Hello, everyone. Welcome. I think we have a few people tuning in already for this episode of the ABCs of Packing Light. We got Juliet in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Can you let me know that you can hear me and see me okay? Having some microphone dramas and just like to make sure before we go any further. All right, so I hope everyone is having a lovely day. I hope everyone is getting ready for the holidays and not feeling too super overwhelmed. It's pretty busy, right? Okay, well, this is the ABCs of Packing Light, and today we're on episode Y. Amazing. We're almost done. We have Y, and then next week is our final episode of this series. Amazing. I love it. It's been 24 episodes. This is 25. So good. And what we've been doing is each week we have been choosing a different word from the next letter of the alphabet and talking about how it relates to packing light. It's been a lot of interesting conversations. It's been fun to take a look at this concept of packing light through this different lens every single week. So, my name is Brooke. Sorry, I should have probably led with that. And I run a site called Her Packing List where I help women to pack light and travel confidently. All right, back to the ABCs. Today, episode Y. Anyone have any guesses what the word might be? Episode Y. Any guesses before I dive in? It's been interesting with these final letters. Like last week was X, and that was difficult to choose a word. That was X-ray. But I think we did it well. We talked about airport security, so that was good. Okay, episode Y. And then episode Z, that's going to be another fun one to choose the word for. So if you have any guesses, would love to know what you think of Y and Z, what the words might be. And of course, you can go back and rewatch all of the episodes in this series. There is the whole playlist for the ABCs of Packing Light in the Her Packing List account. So if you have some free time, if you need to decompress during the holidays and get away for a bit and just kind of zone out, you can put on the playlist and let it roll. All right, so no guesses on the word. All right, well, I will just go ahead and dive right in. So today's word for episode Y is you. The word for today is you. Yes, let's talk about you and packing light. All right, so obviously you want to pack light. That's why you're here. So that's one way we could talk about it. But we are talking about, packing light for you. Okay, so for it to work, for packing light to work, you have to pack light for you. All right, and while that seems logical, while that seems reasonable, sometimes it's easier said than done. All right, it takes a little bit of work to figure out how it all works for you. So you might be watching a lot of Pack With Me YouTube videos, right? You might be trying to recreate what someone else has already done, right? And to replicate that success, the success of someone else, that might work. That can totally work, but not always. Okay, unfortunately, a lot of the time, what really happens is you will still come out of that process feeling a bit yucky about packing light. Yeah, you'll feel a bit like, just uncomfortable. And you might still be struggling super hard or give up completely and just be like, packing light is not for me. And that's because you probably didn't pack for you, right? You packed what worked for someone else. You packed what worked for someone else and you hoped that it would work for you. And that's not the case, right? We're all so different. You have to learn and you have to figure out what is important for you. And that's why one of my biggest struggles with running Her Packing List and helping people to pack for their trips is being able to tell people exactly what they need to do. All right? Because it doesn't work like that. I can't pack your bag for you. I could, but I always say you will not be happy with it, most likely, because what worked for me may not be exactly the same that's going to work for you. Okay? So that's one of the reasons why I struggled with putting together a packing course for so long. Like, I've been running her packing list forever, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it in a way that could definitively get someone to that end result. Like, I couldn't say you have to do this, you have to do that, because I don't have the answer for everyone down to like, you need to have 5 of these types of tops and this type of bottom. Everyone has their own specific need. Everyone has their own trip that they're going on, and we're all different. What we like is different, right? So that's kind of the reason why I've been so proud of the work that's been happening through the HPL Packing Method course, right? So my course that was formerly named Handbag Packing Masterclass, it's now HPL Packing Method, still HPM, but it's so much different than just watching videos on YouTube of people packing in a certain way, right? I don't tell you what to pack in this course. I give you a framework. I give you a method to follow so that you can figure out how it works for you. And everyone comes out of it in a different way, right? They still have that much smaller packed bag experience, but what's inside is different for everyone, right? So you have to figure out what you need within those guidelines, within that framework. And we also do it in a very simple way, because packing doesn't have to be super stressful. It doesn't have to be hard. We just overcomplicate things and we worry so much. All right. But it can be a very simple process. So part of the HPL packing method is I give you a very simple method to follow so that you can pack your lightest bag without feeling like you are completely sacrificing everything that you want to have with you. You still feel prepared, if not more prepared, with having less stuff in your bag. Okay? And HPM has helped women of all shapes, sizes, and ages reach a level of packing success that they've never been able to achieve before. So we have women in their 70s, in their 80s even, working on their packing skills so that they can travel more. We have freshly retired ladies who are just now finding more time to travel, and they are working on their packing. We have moms of toddlers who are packing tiny bags so they can be more available to their families. And we wouldn't be able to do that if the method didn't help you to pack for you. All right? That is important when packing light. Being able to pack for you, because you are unique. Okay? Packing light principles like those found in the HPL Packing Method course help everyone. But exactly how you use those principles is unique to you. Our final packed bags will all be different, and that's a good thing because we're all different. It shouldn't be exactly the same. So your small bag choice might be 10 liters, someone else might be in the 20-liter range, and that is still very small, right? You might have a backpack and someone else might have a shoulder bag. You might devote more space to toiletries rather than extra clothes. You might take a smaller bag for a beach trip, but a larger one for city trips or vice versa, right? You might leave space for souvenirs while someone else might use that space for their craft supplies, okay? All right, so you are unique. What you choose is up to you. How you use your space is up to you, all right, when you are packing light. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, we could also say that you are not unique. I mean, you are. Everyone's unique. But whatever the problem is, someone else has probably had it too. So if you're struggling with something, someone else has probably struggled with that same exact thing before you, right? That means that when you're encountering those issues when trying to pack light, there is help for you. There is help for you. There are people who have researched this or solved that problem before or have come to some sort of conclusion, and they are there. They can help you to have the knowledge that you need. Like, they can pass on that knowledge to you. It is possible that someone else can help you get to your end result, end goal faster. And that's kind of why joining a membership, a travel and packing membership, like the HPM membership, is a great addition to taking a packing course like HPL Packing Method. All right, so the HPM membership is open to those who have taken the method, who have learned the method inside the course, and it's a great place to refine and problem solve any major issues with others. Okay, so as you're working through these problems, through these issues, you share in the community, you get feedback from others who have been there, who have done the thing, who have solved the problem, or who can just give you great ideas, right? So some issues that you might think are limiting factors for packing light right now, so some of these things that might be holding you back, let's talk about some of those. So some people need to have more medical supplies, medications, or equipment than others, right? So maybe you need a CPAP, maybe you need to travel with that. And you feel like that is a limiting factor in you being able to pack super light. But I'm telling you, other people have figured out how to pack super light, even with their CPAP machines, right? Even in a personal item. All right, so it is possible. All right, if you're physically unable to carry a bag above a certain weight, well, someone else has already probably found a lightweight solution to that same problem as well, and they can share what they've done, and you can get to the result that you are looking for if you work on it. Let's say food restrictions. That's a big problem for a lot of people, right? So maybe you're worried about packing light because you need to have a lot of extra stuff because of food restrictions, or you're worried that your destination won't have the things that you need. But in like a membership, in a community, you can find other people who have been to that place. You have other people who have the same issue, and they can tell you already like how they solved that problem. And the limiting factor doesn't have to be something that holds you back, doesn't have to be a limiting factor at all, right? When we're trying to pack light, doesn't have to be a limiting factor. A lot of people are able to work with their issues and still reach their packing goals. Now, the biggest limiting factor of all, it comes down to one thing, and I bet you can probably guess, if you've been here with me through the ABCs of packing light, you can probably guess what that limiting factor is. All right, so having to travel with extra medications and equipment, having, certain sort of limitations, physical limitations, those aren't necessarily limiting factors that I think you should instantly write yourself off for, okay? The one thing that will make a difference is you. Your attitude. Your attitude on whether you can pack light will be the deciding factor. You have to believe it to achieve it. You've heard me say that several times throughout this whole series. You have to believe it to achieve it. All right, so you are the biggest limiting factor in this whole process. So don't let that happen, okay? Your attitude matters more than what you pack. It's your attitude that will make or break the trip more than the contents of your bag. Remember that, friends. It is your attitude about everything that will make or break your packing light experience. It's not the contents, the things that you put on your list, to a point. Okay, there are things that you probably need, but to an extent, past that point, it's not the things, it's not the contents of your bag that's going to make or break the experience. It is your attitude on what's happening. It is your attitude on being able to pack light. It is how you perceive any sort of issues. We can catastrophize an issue, or we can just solve the problem and be on with our day, So it's important to pack patience it's important to pack adaptability, awareness, creativity, and a sense of humor. And if you do those things, if you have those things on your packing list, you will be fine. All right, friends, that is going to do it for me today for episode Y of the ABCs of Packing Light. And our word today is you. If you like what you heard, if it resonated with you, be sure to leave me a comment and let me know. And be sure to tune in next week, same time, same place, for our final episode, friends. Episode Z. We're coming up on the end of the year and the final episode of our ABC series. Incredible. I hope you can join me if you're not too busy with all of your holiday festivities. So if you can, leave me some guesses on what you think the word will be next week. All right? I'd be interested to see who got it right. Once again, I'm Brooke from Her Packing List, and I want you to reach your packing light goals. Be sure to check out herpackinglist.com for more great packing tips and advice. All right, take care, everyone. Have a lovely evening or a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and happy holidays. And I hope everyone has a great end of the year, and I will see you next week. So I'll wish you Happy New Year next week. All right, but everyone take care, and I will see you next time. Bye now.